Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Zilla. Today we're going to be looking into the problem with free-to-play games and answer the question, is the free-to-play model good for the future of gaming, or are there deeper problems that are beginning to show? I should start this video by stating that free-to-play games have been around for a long time, so we'll mainly be sticking to the games that released within the last 10 or so years, as that's when a majority of the problems we'll be discussing started to show up. The rise of Battle Royale and the damage caused. I'm sure many of you guys remember the first Battle Royale game that you heard of. For me personally, it was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Originally released on Steam in March of 2017 at a price of $29.99, it was an instant hit. Players from all over the world jumped on this game. You had players such as Shroud streaming the game to tens of thousands of viewers daily. It was obvious to every game studio that the Battle Royale genre was the future of gaming. Only a few months after PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds' initial release, a game would drop on July 21st, 2017 that would forever change the gaming landscape. This game would be none other than Fortnite Battle Royale. Immediately, Fortnite was an overnight success. Having released as a free-to-play title, opened the floodgates to a new slew of players. Everyone with a console and access to the internet could download this game and experience the movement. During this time, streamers started bubbling up and growing cult-like followings. Fun purchasable skins were released for players to buy and wear in-game. All the while on the horizon, one of the biggest shifts was about to occur in gaming. One that would change the way every game provided DLC to players. In comes the Battle Pass. Originally released alongside Fortnite Season 2 on December 14th, 2017, the Battle Pass made shockwaves in the Fortnite community. Everyone had the opportunity to spend $10 for the chance to play the game and earn rewards such as cosmetics, emotes, and unique loading screens. I remember being at my friend's house and buying the first Battle Pass and being stoked because it wasn't like anything that we had seen in games prior. For years, players had to obtain random cosmetics by buying supply drops and hoping they would unlock their favorite skin. Now every player knew exactly what they were getting, and the skins towards the end of the Battle Pass were used as a way to show off and distinguish beginner players from ones who had been playing for a while. The best part of it all was that the game was still free, so players didn't have to feel guilty about buying the Battle Pass or any of the skins in the item shop. Then again, you didn't have to pay for the game. Playing catch-up. It seems like every game after the release of Fortnite was trying to get in on the free-to-play model. I mean, who wouldn't? A company had the opportunity to release a game and charge for every single skin or customization option that the game provided. The problem was that players bought an insane amount of skins and would pay for the newest Battle Pass immediately upon its release. This started a chain reaction of games following in Fortnite's footsteps. Not only were games such as Call of Duty adding in a free-to-play mode, as well as a Battle Pass, but games that you once had to pay for were now becoming free. By 2022, games such as PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, as well as Overwatch, had switched to a free-to-play model, containing battle passes. This is when players started to realize the problem that the free-to-play model had. Sure, the game was free-to-play, but it became apparent to many players that the games were turning into either giant advertisements or instant cash grabs. It seems that as soon as one new skin came to the item shop, another was announced and set to release the very next day. It's hard to name a single multiplayer game that doesn't include one of the following three elements, if not all three: free-to-play, rotating item shops, or a battle pass of some sort. What we lost. With the rise of free-to-play games and the intense push on microtransactions, we as players lost a big part of gaming. That being genuinely good DLC releases. It used to be that you had to pay for each DLC that came to the game. In turn, this meant players could decide which ones they wanted to purchase and which ones they didn't. Now players are force-fed every new DLC, even if it's completely game-changing. Such as an update that turns the game into a new game, a new map that makes the prior map completely unplayable, or the complete change of game mechanics. As unfortunate as it is, we as players can't really complain about this, as we partially let this happen by blindly supporting this change. By a game being free to play, it means that the players' voices don't matter nearly as much, because there will always be another player that is willing to spend money on microtransactions or play the game, since it's free. Big companies aren't held to the previous standards that they were once held to anymore, because quite frankly, they can't be. A lot of these games that are free to play get lifeless updates and constant cosmetics that are practically screaming to be purchased. Really, it's a shameless model at this point. No ownership. I feel like the last point that I need to bring up is that free-to-play has completely gotten rid of ownership. Games that are free-to-play obviously don't come out as physical copies, which means that we can't physically own them. As well as lacking physical versions, most, if not every single free-to-play title requires internet connection. By requiring internet connection for free-to-play titles, it makes it to where players who don't have access to good connection can't play. It used to be that there were offline game modes available to players with bad connection or no connection. Now every game mode requires internet, even if it's a solo mode. This problem isn't exclusive to free-to-play titles, though I wanted to mention it as it is a problem that a lot of players face. Overall, I feel like the free-to-play model is a tiring model that has overstayed its welcome. On one hand, I do understand that a company has to make money on games, but to that, I would say charge for the actual game and allow for the cosmetics to be free. There's a ton of free-to-play games that I would pay for if they weren't plagued with pop-ups that were practically begging me to buy a skin bundle or a battle pass. Unfortunately, I don't foresee this being something that will change anytime soon. As a matter of fact, I see this getting much worse before it gets better. We've already seen studios make comments about players getting comfortable with not owning their games. Ubisoft. I think at this point, we can really only hope for change. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you made it to the end, make sure to leave a comment letting me know how you feel about the free-to-play model. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on future uploads. As always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.